Hello, and thank you for trusting me to read for you. Sorry if my throat is, I have a little bit of a cold, I think. So, we're going to do the adults only dice. We have three boards. How can you enjoy yourself sexually? How can you enjoy yourself sexually alone? And then, how can you turn yourself on sexually alone? And we're going to be using the adult dice here. These decks right here are identification decks. This one is about the zodiac signs, and this one is actually two decks that are just characteristics about people. That way you'll know if I'm reading about you or about the person who you're wondering about. Also, throughout the video here, I'm going to be pulling these things, so you're going to guess the letter, guess the month, guess the sign, and then the very last one is an angel number that you need to focus on. So let's go ahead, we're going to go in order. So we'll start with reading 1, or excuse me, Y171. Now you'll know that I'm reading for you or your person. If either one of, oh, look at that. So we definitely have some Taurus energy here. And then we'll take one with this pattern and one with this pattern. A Libra, or there's someone who is a part of a set of twins. That also could mean that they are a Gemini. So we'll kind of set this information here to the side so that you'll be able to remember who we're reading for. So, how can you enjoy yourself alone sexually? So I feel that you have had a lot of interactions with people who, when you said no, they turned into real dicks. I also feel that if this is something that you like resonate or came across your, like you're viewing it, it also could mean that you are annoyed when people don't respect your boundaries. I feel that you want to have an intimate relationship, but also I feel that being kinky is something that you may want to try. You also, for like, because this right here, when you're enjoying yourself sexually, I feel that this vibe is more like what you're enjoying with the other person. So I do feel that an intimate massage would also be something that you would enjoy. But I feel that mostly you're going to want a partner or partners who are really focused that when you say no, you mean no. And that's like for any form of a sexual connection that you have. I really feel that it's important to have a situation where you get to say exactly what you want. And don't let those past experiences where those people were dicks about what you wanted and what you didn't want stop you from enjoying your current sexual experiences. So I feel that one of the ways that you can also work on enjoying your sexual experiences is through healing from any past experiences that were not healthy. So especially if you're a Taurus or a Libra, you may want to work with a professional or start journaling and looking at some of the experiences that you've had, because I feel that if you are really drawn to this one, especially, or if this information kind of like matches for you, you have some healing to do. And that's wonderful. We all do. But it's nice to know where to start with the healing, where to kind of focus the healing energy on. And so, for you specifically, if you're in these groups here, or if you feel that this is just what you're drawn to, it's time for you to really stand in your power. You have a lot of sexual power. Um, I feel that if you're drawn to this, you normally are the person who does take charge. You don't always like that role though. Sometimes you kind of get put in the in charge role because you're just very vocal about what you want and what you don't want. And so then people are just like, oh, well, that person's really, more dominant. But I don't feel that you are a dominant person. Um, I feel that you are a person who just knows what they want. So sometimes when people get to know you, then they start to see, oh, they actually have just really healthy boundaries, and they use those healthy boundaries to make sure they get what they want and that the relationships look like they want. Boundaries keep us safe and healthy. So I feel that what you can do specifically is when you're looking at kinky things, find out what makes you feel safe, find out what makes you feel like, oh, these are the things that I can do. If this is something that's coming up for you, you may also want to look up like safe, sane, and consensual um, type of practices for BDSM, because I do feel that there's a little bit of BDSM energy in this reading as well. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna set things to the side here. Okay, pick one of these. I'm gonna pick one in just a moment. So focus on those. Oh, you know what? We're gonna go here. When I said focus on those, I felt like some of you were like, oh yeah, I really wanted to know what that number was. Okay, so focus on this. Are you ready? The angel number that you should be focusing on is 222. Now, that might even be a number that when you see 222, it reminds you of the things that you're going to see in this reading. So, this reading is about how you can enjoy yourself sexually when you're alone. So, let's talk about who we're reading for. Let me just give these a shuffle and we will get some zodiac signs here. And then we'll pull some characteristics. So we are reading for a Scorpio or an Aquarius. And then our identifiers over here with just characteristics. It's a little bit harder when you've got, this is basically like 100 and something different characters. A little bit harder to shuffle. Let's go ahead and do this one, and this one. And this may be describing you, or it may also be describing the person that you're thinking of. Oh, you know what? Alone. So this could be describing you. You are rebellious. You have black hair, and you enjoy puzzles. I feel like that's why you like observing yourself. Okay. How can you enjoy yourself alone sexually? So I feel that you've had a lot of pressure in the past for people wanting you to try new things sexually. And I feel that you, even watching this video, is uncomfortable. Things that are sexy, things about sex are uncomfortable. You really feel that sex is about like mating and procreation, and it happens with people who you're in committed relationships with. And, you know, I feel like you were told no a lot when it came to your sexuality. So even touching like yourself, I just got that song in my head. I touch myself. That's basically like the vibe that I'm getting from this, is that you're really going to want to explore your own body. The more you touch yourself, the more you are open to sex and being sexy when it comes for those like big things that you're like, okay, do I want to try this? Because the thing about a threesome is it can be you and a couple. Like it can be you and two people, or well, threesome. It can be you and two people that, are experiencing things as a couple, and that allows you to kind of be the alone party who's on the outside of it, who's not in like a committed thing, but is getting the opportunity to grow and communicate and be in a sexual relationship that they feel excited in. So I feel that one of the biggest ways, if you are somebody who kind of identifies with these things here, for you to enjoy your sexuality and to be sexual alone is to enjoy touching yourself and to kind of get out of this idea that a sexual relationship is only for mating and that there are other reasons to have a sexual relationship. It's healthy for your body to have those sexual releases. This is something that is really important, and you're able to do this on your own. But also, I feel like you're going to explore some things that you have not explored before because of opening up. So I don't feel that you're like in a committed sexual relationship, but I definitely feel that you're going to be exploring and experiencing new things. And I feel that opening up to those new things is going to allow you to experience all these things that you're going to enjoy. So, start finding out what you find acceptable sexually and what you determine the boundaries are for yourself and your own body sexually. You do have that autonomy. You have the ability to decide what you want to do with your body and when you want to do that with your body. You have free will. So that extends to your sexuality as well. Excellent. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. We're going to put the third one here. Reset everything. And then we'll pick the next one. It's even fun using your intuitive side, or figure out which one I'm going to be drawn to next. Like, can you see which one you would? We're actually going to do two now because we have only 3 cards in these, so we only needed 3. I'm going to shuffle the signs as well. Okay, so this is the one that I was drawn to, was guess the letter. So the letter is L. Did you guess that letter? Let me know in the comments. And then the second one I was drawn to was guess the month. So it is June. Let me know in the comments if that was the month that you picked. And then after this reading, we'll do guess the sign. All right, how can you turn yourself on sexually when you are alone? Oh, that's interesting. Alone and self both came up here. I do feel that dressing up and this energy of dicks that came back up here again. But it's really interesting because I feel it's not about sex that you're going to be experiencing when you're experiencing doing things alone. I feel that you're going to be dressing up, you're going to be experiencing new things, you're going to be open to new possibilities and new experiences. I feel that it's really interesting. My audience is almost 50-50 with people identifying as male and as female. So I feel that for some of you who are identifying as male, you may even try an experience with dicks that you have never tried before. But I don't feel that this is a time when sex is really going to turn you on. For some reason, also, I didn't call these out. Let's pick them. Maybe I'll give you a little more clarity. Pisces and Leo, someone who is a dog lover, somebody who is right-handed. All right, so there is no sex for this person. So Leo and Pisces, I feel like it's interesting because a lot of times, you think of Leos as being just really boisterous and being surrounded by a lot of people. This could be something where that may be your sun sign, but that's not your Venus sign. So your sexuality is not, and your relationships are not that type of energy. But I really do feel that you are going to turn yourself on sexually while you're alone because being alone is something that you enjoy. I feel that if you are really drawn to this and you kind of are under these different qualifications here, I feel that being alone and being by yourself, I feel like you may even be someone who um, considers yourself to be maybe androgynous, doesn't want to identify in one sexual way, maybe feels asexual, doesn't feel like the actual like sex intercourse is what you're looking for. So knowing what you want and how you kind of express yourself sexually will allow you to choose the partners that are a match for you, the people who are like the other half of what you're looking for. So I feel that turning yourself on sexually is as easy as just being yourself. I feel that you enjoy masturbation, you enjoy anything that's about being alone and gratifying yourself. And I feel that that is exactly what you should be doing right now. I feel like for a lot of you who are seeing this, you do feel content in your sexuality and you do feel that you turn yourself on. And I feel like that is completely awesome. I love that for you. And I hope that you are able to continue building that connection with yourself. Now we are at the very last one, which is guess the sign. Are you ready? Pisces. Oh, look at that. Pisces. You have a lot of energy here. Are you a Pisces? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you, and I look forward to reading for you again.